Hi, hello, hey. So I just finished the first drawing and I remembered I never filmed an intro. So halfway through the video and now I'm filming the intro. It feels so wrong, but anyway. In this video, I'm going to be redrawing these old character designs that I made. Yeah, this one is like so random. I don't even remember I think this one is like 4 years old and this one's like 3 maybe. But I think I was experimenting with like the shape of her shirt is how it started. And then this like weird like rose. I'm also like realizing after I decided to do this that I never like picked the colors for everything in this drawing. So that's really like not very helpful. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to be redrawing this, or not, like, it's not redrawing it because I never did like a full drawing. I just did a character design. And then also this one, it's funny, a couple years ago I went through this like phase. I mean, it was only like, it lasted like a month or something, but I was drawing on printer paper. Like I went back to drawing on printer paper and I was like, get out the Crayola markers. I'm drawing on printer paper. And then I did this one and I was like, wait, actually that's like a really pretty concept. I should paint that. And then I never did, but it's okay. I'm doing it now. I still think it's really pretty. It's been sitting on my desk for like 3 years. And then I don't know what happened, but I never drew this character for some reason. This actually happened to me a couple of times. I made a character design and then like never did the drawing. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be using watercolor for this. I feel like it's so wrong for me to draw a mermaid and like not use watercolors. It just makes sense, you know, mermaid, watercolors. And then I'm going to use markers for this one. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 different mediums in one video. That just sounds cool. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to start out with this drawing and then I'll do this one. Okay, voiceover me here. So here is the sketch. I did not film myself sketching it. So now I'm just lightening the pencil and then I'm going to go in with painting. So this video, fun little fact about this video. So I don't even remember when I started this. It wasn't that long ago. Like before I started posting every week, like I feel like this is like the average video where I would like take like weeks to do it and like have a like weeks break in between. But I did this drawing and I kept taking breaks while working on this drawing. And then I finished the drawing. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go like finish editing it like tomorrow. And then TikTok got banned. But then like I was asleep when TikTok was banned, so that it got unbanned within like 12 hours and like I didn't even notice, you know, like, but CapCut got banned, which is where I edit my videos. And CapCut got banned for almost a week. Or actually, it wasn't a week. Maybe it was like 4 days or something. And so I couldn't edit this video and I was freaking out. I was like, why did TikTok come back within like 12 hours? But CapCut's been gone for a couple of days. Am I going to have to get a new editing app and like start over editing my video? Because I was editing while I was painting this. So I was already like almost done like editing this painting. So that was scary, but it was fine. CapCut is back. I finished editing the video. It's all good. But yeah, this painting was kind of a mess. I barely even remember though because it was like a couple weeks ago, but I do remember I was watching this really good anime while painting. And that was good. And then I also remember I kept like taking breaks from this painting where I would just like stop working on it for a couple days and I'd come back. And I kept getting out of the zone. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like I get in like zones, you know, while I'm working on a painting and I remember like what I want to do and I'm like, this is how I imagine it in my head. These are my goals for this painting. But since I kept taking breaks, I kept like forgetting what those were, like what I wanted it to look like, you know? And then since I kept getting in and out of the zone, when I finished the painting, I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. It was a total mess. And I worked on this painting for like a long time. I think it was like a week or something, which doesn't sound like that long, but for me, that's like a long time to like work on a painting. Like Okay, I was gonna say every day. Was I working on it? Maybe it was like 2 weeks. I don't even remember anymore. Moral of the story, I worked on it for longer than I normally do because I kept like forgetting what I wanted to do, so I kept just adding more and more shading and I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. But now that I've been done with this painting for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something, I like it, so it's okay. I do think I kind of messed up with what like I wanted to do when I like first started. Like the original drawing, I feel like I have like a same face syndrome problem now. Like I feel like all of my faces look the same. And the original drawing, it looked kind of different. So I wanted to do that with the new one. But I feel like she just looks like every other painting I've done. So that's kind of annoying. And I kind of messed up with this other thing where I'll show it at the end when I compare the two drawings. So maybe but I messed up on her forehead. She has like this pink shading on her forehead. And then I remember when I did it, I was like, oh, I'm going to turn that into a flower. So then when I did the redraw, I turned the pink forehead into a flower. But I kind of like don't like it. So I don't know. I think it was supposed to be like, looked like it was like painted on like a tattoo, but I made it like 3D on accident. So I don't really like that. But it's fine. Also, the detail that I did get right is in the original drawing, I added like green shading into the hair with the green marker. And I did that with this one. And I'm just glad that I remembered to do that, honestly. Is it important? No. Can you tell by looking at it that I did that? Probably not. But I did do that. Fun fact. But yeah, I actually am pretty proud of this painting. It's been like a really long time since I've painted like a background, and I'm not really good at that. So whenever it like just like looks like okay, I'm happy. Yeah. Also, something I'm going to talk about in this video is now that the year has ended, you might have guessed or noticed I have not been posting long videos every single week, and that's because I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I might still, this was my old posting schedule where I would post like a short and then I'd post a long video and I'd go back and forth, so I have like a video like this every other week, and then every other week I'd be posting a short. So I might do that if I can, but yeah, so it might be like a video every other week, or I'm not gonna make a schedule. That might just be like what happens, but like I'm not gonna say that for sure. I mean, that's what like kind of what I've been doing. But yeah, we'll see. I wanted to try to focus on YouTube for a couple months to see if I could get to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't, but you know, I got more subscribers than I would have gotten if I didn't post once a week. So, yeah, I wanted to get to 1,000 before 2025, but that didn't happen. So I'm gonna go back to my old posting schedule called Post Whenever I Want, and hopefully there'll be a new video out like at least every like 3 weeks. But yeah, I don't know. I might be able to do every other week. We'll see. Yeah, it just depends on how busy I am. Yeah, anyway, long story short, I'm not posting once a week anymore. But I'm still going to be posting, so you know, don't unsubscribe. I'm still here, okay? Yeah, also I did a live stream last week, so if you want to check that out, it's up on the channel. So far I have not been posting long videos every week of 2025, but I've still been posting every week. So I did a short and I did a live stream. So yeah. Yeah, so now I'm just adding the highlights, but here's like the finished painting almost. And yeah, I feel like, oh, and one more thing that I added, I painted over it, so you won't even know, but I totally forgot about this till I'm rewatching the footage and I just remembered. But she had like a leaf earring in the original, but then in this one I gave her like mermaid ears, like fish ears. And then I was like, should I still add the earring? But then, like, it kind of just, like, blended with the green fish ears. So I ended up, like, getting rid of it on the last, like, second. But you can kind of see I outlined it with the white gouache so it would, like, pop out. But, yeah, you can't even tell that that's, like, it's an earring. So I got rid of that. Yeah. I feel like this is one of those paintings where it didn't really, like, pop until I added the white highlights, especially on the water. I do remember that. I was like, the water looks so bad. Then I was like, it'll look better once I add the highlights. And it did. It is funny, when I first finished this drawing, I wasn't sure about it. But, like, looking at it now, I'm like, this drawing's so pretty. Like, I think it's one of my better ones that I've done recently. So, yeah. I think it's probably my favorite I've done in the last couple months. Which is funny. When I first finished it, I was like, gross. And while I was working on it, I was like, I think this is really bad. But now that I stopped staring at it, I guess now I like it. Oh, and it was very important that I showed this was the last piece of paper on my watercolor block. I was really excited because I've been using, I think it's like fluid paper, and I got the 100% cotton one. And for some reason, the 100% cotton one is like way worse than I was using a cheaper version before. But like the cheaper version was better. So I've been trying to just like use up the 100% cotton paper even though I hated it. And I finished it all, so I'm really happy. And I have some new watercolor paper that I'll be using in next video. So yay! Hopefully I like this one better. I think so. And I did film the sketch for this one. It's on my shorts. So if you want to see me sketching this one, I did film it. Haha. Yeah, so like I said earlier, I didn't like have in the character design, most of the colors like weren't even picked out. The only like colors I had was like the roses, the eyes, and the skirt. Oh, and the shoes, but you can't see the shoes in this drawing, so that's not very helpful. Yeah, in my head, I like had most of it. Like I knew colors I wanted for most of it, but then I always started like coloring, and I was like, wait, I have like no colors picked out, so I just winged it. Also, I'm doing line art last for this one. So I do use some fine liners, but I do it after I do the shading, so I'll talk about when I get there. But yeah, I'm using my Copic markers. I always feel so fancy when I use them. Which I think is funny because like I know when I paint with watercolors, I use like professional watercolors, but like for some reason that's not fancy, but when I use my Copic markers, that's fancy. Also, my next video, I'm really excited about it. It's actually a video I've been putting off for like since like October, but it's gonna be my next video and I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of research, so hopefully you'll stick around to see it because it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. I'm gonna put a lot of work into it, and I'm gonna get to use my new watercolor paper. Spoiler alert, I'm using watercolors. Shocker. I'm using some new ones. They're gonna be colors that don't exist anymore. Dun dun dun. Yeah, you'll learn more about it in that video. Yeah, so back to the drawing. One thing about this character design, if you haven't guessed yet, I was experimenting with, you know that thing with the character design? Actually, maybe you don't, but character designers always talk about this, how they like to use, you know, what they call shape language, where you use like a shape and then you use it everywhere. But I realize now I really only used it on the outfit, so the outfit has shape language. So yeah, the shape is triangles. I actually love trying to make an outfit just using like triangles. I don't know why, but triangles are like my favorite shape when I use them in art. Like, I just love triangles when I'm drawing. That's so random. But I don't know. Triangles are my favorite shape in drawing, I guess, in art. Yeah, so you see she has triangle cutouts on her shirt, and there's a lot of triangles, you know, just spot the triangles. And I think when I was originally making her shirt, I was trying to make like every shape on it like a triangle, even the sleeves. I think I made it less triangle-y in this one than in the actual character design. But I still think it turned out super cute. Also, drawing that skirt was the most confusing thing ever. When I was sketching it, I was like, what is happening? I don't even know. I didn't do like a planning sketch. I just did this sketch and I was like, it's fine. And then I was like, maybe I should have planned this out. I don't remember how to draw this character, but it turned out good. So it was fine. And you can't see the pencil lines on the finished like picture, which is surprising because I feel like I erased a lot while I was sketching because it was just a mess, but it turned out good. So, also fun fact, you know what, I'll talk about the background first. But, so I decided that I wanted to use, like, the colors I used on the character, but then I was going to use them over a gray marker so they, like, wouldn't, like, clash with the character and they'd look, like, in the background, you know, and, like, not as bright. So I got 2 different gray markers and I switched between them. And then I for some reason, I have this rule, I don't follow it every single time, but I have this rule that I don't use my Copics on the background because I don't want to use that much ink because Copics are expensive. So I use my other markers for the background. And the gray markers, I don't even remember what the brand is, but it was like this just like gray marker set I got off Amazon. They smell really weird, but I do use gray alcohol markers a lot, so it was helpful. And that blue, let me tell you, I was grabbing pastel colors and I kept checking to make sure I grabbed the ones that had a bunch of zeros. And then I was drawing and I was like, the cap on this blue looks really dark. Like, that's really weird. And I was like, well, I know I double checked all the colors I have, so it's probably just the cap is probably just wrong. And then I colored it and I was like, this is not a pastel color. So I don't know how it even got like on my table. I must have tried been grabbing a marker and I grabbed 2 on accident or something. Yeah, so that dark blue was not on purpose. So I just went over it a bunch of times to try to blend it out because it was not on purpose. And then I added a bunch of lines to the background so it looked less noticeable. And then I also used the dark blue to add more triangles to the background. So, you know, it looked like I grabbed it on purpose. And, you know what they say. What is that thing Bob Ross says? There's no mistakes, just happy accidents. Yeah, I'm stealing that quote because the background's more detailed now than it would have been. So really, really it worked out. But what didn't work out was the line art. I really actually liked the lineless look of this drawing. And so I wanted to use colored line art so it would still look lineless, but I wanted to, you know, there to be a little bit of line art. I like the line art. But then the colors ended up being a lot darker than I thought they were going to be. So the line art is way too dark and I'm actually sad about it. But it's okay. And the thing I was going to mention earlier is the hair. I didn't pick out the hair color, which is crazy because that's one of the most important parts, like the eye, the hair color, right? But I picked out the outfit color, I got the eye color, but I did not do the hair color. And I was like, what do I do for the hair? What do I do? And I was freaking out, and then I ended up going with purple. Also, I messed up on the eye, but I fixed it, so it's okay. Just if you're like, why does the face look like that? I fixed it, it's okay. Don't worry. But yeah, so I ended up with purple hair. And then after I finished the drawing, I was looking at the painting I did earlier for this video, and I was like, oh, they both have purple hair. So, no, I did not do that on purpose. It was just funny. I was like, is that why I chose purple hair? Because I did that last time. There was, like I said, a 2-week break in the middle of these drawings. Okay, so I forgot I did purple hair on the other drawing too. Purple is just a good color for hair, okay? And also, I shaded the outfit with purple, so that might have been why too. I used my favorite white shading marker. I think it's Wisteria. It's the Copic marker color. And I absolutely love it for shading white. Every time I use my Copic markers, I use that for shading white. It's classic. It's great. I somehow have 2 Wisteria markers, but that's okay. It's a classic marker. I use it all the time. Yeah, and the purple for the hair line art, that color was way too dark. I'm mad about that. Mostly I'm just sad. And also right at the end, I don't remember if I filmed it or not, but I messed up on the eyes, so I got out my white gouache, which I always use, and I also got out my colored gouache to fix it. Okay, now I will show you the finished drawings compared to the designs, and then what I was about to say in the voiceover is with the gouache, I did like the pink highlights with gouache. The pupil was too long on this one, so I painted over it to make it shorter. So it went like all the way down into the pink. And then I also painted over these with pink. And then also fun facts that I forgot to say in the voiceover or didn't have time to say is I outlined her with pink. I kind of did this on accident too, but when I was coloring the background, I left a space between like her and it had like, she had like a white border around her. And then I was like, I don't really like the white. And then I ended up just using pink. You can see like around like the little petals, how there's like a pink thing. And now it looks all glowy and I love it. So it's another little happy accident, as they say. Yeah, so is there any other things I forgot to say in the voiceover? Oh, the roses. So it was very important, I remember when I was drawing this, that the roses had to be diamond shaped because I was using triangles to make them. You see the petals are all triangles, so they had to be diamond shaped. And mine are not very diamond shaped because I didn't feel like drawing them a zillion times. I did redraw them a couple times, but I didn't want to redraw them too many times. So I just made myself use like 4 petals, you know, so it has 4 points. Yeah, this one failed that, but I liked it, so I didn't want to redraw it. And this one's not exactly diamond shaped either, but you know, close enough. I did redraw this one because when I first drew it, I didn't realize that. And then I looked at it and I was like, they need to be diamond shaped. But it's okay. Also, I can't believe I didn't plan out the colors for like any of this. Like I didn't have the hair color. I didn't have like the tights color. And I also, this was me. I don't think there was supposed to be another rainbow, but I feel like there needs to be another one. So I added this. Yeah, so here they are compared to each other. This drawing was so much fun. I kept thinking while I was sketching, like, it was such like a, sorry to sit at my table, but this like totally reminded me of like back to my drawing roots. I was like, oh, I'm drawing, you know, an anime character. It was so much fun. I just went full anime. I sketched out the highlights like while I was sketching, which I don't really do anymore. Now I just like shade the eyes like normal, and then at the end I just add the highlights, but I planned out the highlights and then I left space for them while I was coloring, which I don't even do that anymore. But she needed big highlights and I wanted to plan them out, and this drawing was so much fun. I don't really draw like super cute stuff like this anymore, but it was so much fun. I might need to do it again. Here's the other drawing, and you can see she has like a leaf earring on this one, and then on this one, that was the leaf earring, and then I painted over it because I was like, you can't even see it with the green ears. So I don't know, maybe it would have been better if she just had like a human ear like in this one. I forgot to give her like little fish breathing things. Are those gills? Whatever those are called. Yeah, I forgot to give her gills. I normally do that, but anyway, I do think this one turned out a lot better. It almost feels like wrong to compare like these to just like the character designs, because like obviously this one was better. Like I used printer paper and Crayola markers for this one, so you know, there was no chance this one was gonna like not beat this drawing. But like, come on, the shading on the water is like so much better. I still really like this one though. Like the old drawings aren't bad. I don't know, it's kind of funny. I was talking to my cousin recently and we were drawing together, and she's only like really gotten into art like in the past like couple years, you know? And so she was talking about how like even just like when she draws something, like she can look back like a month later and be like, that's completely wrong. I don't draw like that anymore. But like I feel like I kind of found my style. It's very consistent now. Like this was 4 years ago and it looks different, but it doesn't look that different, you know? And like this one, actually it might have been more than 4 years ago. I don't really remember. I think it was 4 and 3 years ago. Maybe this one was 4 and this one was 5. It doesn't really matter that much, but anyway, it was a couple years ago and I feel like it doesn't look that different. Like it does and it doesn't, you know? Yeah, I think once you get to a certain point, you stop like, and like you start improving slower, you know? I mean, it depends, like if I was going for a different style, then you tell the difference, but I haven't really like changed my style in a long time. Like I'm kind of happy with the way it looks. Besides, I feel like I have a same face syndrome problem. Besides that, and obviously I still have a lot of things I want to improve upon with drawing, but my art style is not one of them. So it's weird to look at like redraw old art because I'm like, it's not even like that different, you know? Like if I was doing the same art supplies, I feel like it wouldn't look that different. Like the video I did recently where I redrew stuff with Copic markers, my colored characters, and I used the same art supplies, like it looked different, but it didn't look that different even though it was like a long time ago when I drew it. So that's an interesting story. I'm making the outro really long again, sorry. But fun facts. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't know, let me know which drawing you like better. I honestly can't decide. Like this one just makes me happy and I had a lot of fun drawing it, but like this one's so much more detailed, you know? So I don't know which one I liked better. And I also barely remember drawing this one because that was a couple weeks ago. I just finished this drawing like yesterday, so this one's fresh in my brain. Yeah, so let me know which one you like better. And yeah, I might make a part 2 to this video eventually because I did this a lot actually where I did character designs, but I never like drew the character, so maybe I'll do this again. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!